What is the difference between someone who fails and gives up and someone who fails, tries again and ultimately succeeds? What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most vital things that you need to have in order to live a successful and fulfilling life, and that is your mindset. Your mindset is essentially how you look at life. It's how you perceive situations and how you act to those situations. Now, there's two kind of different variables. One is the growth mindset and the other is the fixed mindset. Now, these have been studied extensively, but I'm not going to go into the science behind them. I'm just going to be talking about the two different types. The growth mindset, or the success mindset, is a mindset where you need to be looking at life, you need to be looking at roadblocks and problems that come your way with an outlook that you're going to learn from them, that you're going to grow into them. A good way to look at it like this is, with my social media marketing agency, I am not going to be making $1 million a month, $1 million a year by being the person I am right now. I will, and I know I can get to that because I believe in myself, because of my mindset, because of my drive. But the person I am now is not going to achieve those things, and that's not a bad thing. It doesn't put me off. It doesn't make me want to give up. It just means that I need to continue to learn, to grow, to face the problems that are going to come my way, and to find a solution to them and better myself from them. Now, that being said, alternatively, there is a thing called the fixed mindset. This is a mindset you don't want to have, but it's inevitable. We all look at life in two different mindsets. It doesn't mean that you can't be one mindset over the other. It just means most of the time it's almost impossible to just be just the growth mindset or just the fixed mindset. Now, with the fixed mindset, it's the belief that what you have cannot be improved on. What you have is fixed in the way it is, and it will not change, and it will not evolve, and you're stuck in that mediocre sort of headspace. So when it comes to success, I'm sure you guys can already see that you're going to have a lot better odds if you have the growth mindset and if you take life from the perspective of one. Because when you're in that set, especially as an entrepreneur, you're going to come across roadblocks, you're going to come across problems, you might even be broke at some points, right? A lot of people who become rich, if you look at their backstories, most of them will tell you at one point they had nothing or they came from nothing. That doesn't mean that it stopped them. They just continued to fight through the problems, find a solution, and they eventually won. They eventually succeeded, and they reached what they think of as success. Now, if we take a look at an entrepreneur with a fixed mindset, for example, they may start their journey and they may be going into it and they might be having a positive outlook in the beginning. But as soon as a roadblock comes, as soon as a challenge comes, they stop, they get put off by it, they stress, they struggle on what to do. And rather than learning from the experience and realizing that they are not going to be the same person in the end than they are now, they give up. And this is sadly what 90+% of people do, right? If you're not an entrepreneur, if you're in the rat race, the 9-to-5 job, and you're not happy with your life, you're not happy with your job, it's because you have a fixed mindset. And that's the truth. And if that offends you, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. It's life, it's reality, and we can't escape it. At the end of the day, if you're not happy with the way you are, it means you need to grow. It means you need to change something in your life. You need to evolve. And you can't do that if you have a fixed mindset. Because if you're living a mediocre life and you're satisfied with where you are, or maybe you're not satisfied, and that's why you're watching this video, because you want to know the mindset that you need to have for success. And within 3 words, it's the growth one. So now the question comes to, how do you change your mindset? How do you go from having a fixed one to a mindset of growth, to a mindset of learning and constant improvement and personal development? Well, you start with yourself. You start with the really basic foundations of how you think to different situations. So a good way of going about this is, if you ever encounter a negative situation or a situation which you don't prefer, and then you have a negative outlook to it, just stop for a moment. And I know it's harder to do than it is, for me to say it, but just really try hard in the beginning to just stop yourself and take note of what's happening. Take note of what the situation is and how you reacted to it. And just try to take those negative thoughts, those negative words, and turn them into positive ones. And the more you find yourself doing this, it'll actually become second nature to you. It'll become a habit. And eventually you'll just constantly think in a positive way to everything. So no matter how bad the situation is, no matter how stressful it is, you're going to be the person in the room that doesn't take stress, that is calm, is collected, is confident in themselves, and is positive. And finally, guys, to conclude, is your mindset is key. Your mindset determines your life, and you have a long one to live, and you only have one to live. So don't waste it being negative and pessimistic and not believing that you can't do better for yourself, because you can, and you will. So guys, to summarize one last time, you can change your fixed mindset to a growth one. You should try and strive to live a life where you have a perspective of growth, of self-development, of personal development, because you can change your life. You can change any matter of your life, right? What you think becomes reality, and you create that reality. So I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, then please make sure you hit the like button and support me by subscribing. If you have any more questions, please follow me on Instagram. I do a lot of business things to do with digital marketing and things like that. So if you need any help on that, just please feel free to message me. And hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.